What if the future of humanity isn't divided by race or class, but by metabolism? A silent revolution is unfolding inside the human body. And it's not happening in secret labs or distant future, it's happening now, inside millions of people every day. In the last few years, drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro have exploded in popularity. Originally designed to treat diabetes, they quickly revealed something much bigger: a way to chemically control hunger, reshape hormones, and even alter the way our brains experience reward. They don't just change how much we eat, they change what we want. For the first time in history, humans can suppress one of the oldest biological instincts, the drive to seek food. It's a superpower evolution never gave us. And yet, every new superpower in human history has come with a price. Hunger isn't just about calories. It's tied to memory, emotion, survival, the wiring that kept our ancestors alive. When we eat, the brain releases dopamine and serotonin, chemicals that also drive love, ambition, and joy. But GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic interrupt that conversation between the stomach and the brain, the gut-brain axis. They quiet the signals that make us crave, that make us seek, that make us want. Early studies suggest users report not only reduced appetite, but less interest in alcohol, smoking, even social media. Less obsession, less drive. So here's the question: if we edit hunger, what else are we editing without realizing it? This new control comes at a cost. Literally. In the United States, 1 month of Ozempic can cost over $1,000 without insurance. Even with coverage, many can't sustain the treatment long-term. Meanwhile, on social media, influencers and celebrities praise it as a miracle, the modern path to discipline and perfection. In wealthier cities, it's becoming a status drug, the biological equivalent of a luxury brand. And while some people pay to suppress hunger, others still struggle to find enough food to eat. Two extremes of the same system. We've always lived with inequality of money, of education, of opportunity. But now, for the first time, inequality is entering our cells. Imagine 2 generations, one with access to metabolic enhancements, more stable, living longer, free from the diseases of excess. The other left behind, trapped in cycles of craving, obesity, and hormonal imbalance. This is not science fiction. It's the natural outcome of market forces applied to biology. Biology is becoming the new economy, and the first currency, is chemistry. At what point does treatment become enhancement? Where's the line between fixing biology and upgrading it? If these drugs are used by healthy people to optimize mood, focus, or body shape, should they still be called medicine? History tells us how this plays out. Eyeglasses became enhancements before becoming normal, so did vaccines, so did smartphones. The same path is unfolding with biology. Today, a drug helps the sick. Tomorrow, it becomes an expectation for everyone. And soon, being natural might start to look like being obsolete. And there's a deeper danger, an invisible feedback loop. As metabolically enhanced individuals perform better, healthier, sharper, more productive, they gain economic advantages. Those advantages buy them continued access to enhancement, which creates even greater performance gaps. It's the same pattern that happened with education, technology, and even social media reach. But this time, it's not an external tool, it's internal. We're engineering a society where privilege is biochemical, literally encoded in the body. And that raises an uncomfortable question. In a world of metabolic inequality, what happens to free will? When we start editing hunger, emotion, and motivation, we're not just changing our health, we're changing our psychology. Some neuroscientists worry that long-term use of GLP-1 drugs might subtly reshape how the brain processes pleasure and empathy. Not in a dystopian way, but enough to tilt the balance of human emotion. What if, by silencing our cravings, we're also silencing our curiosity? What if the very impulse that made us invent, create, and connect is tied to the same circuits we're now suppressing? If hunger built civilization, what happens when civilization no longer feels hungry? The metabolic apartheid isn't about medication, it's about direction. A future where some people live in biochemical harmony, regulated, optimized, enhanced, and others remain trapped in the raw chaos of biology. It's not about race, or borders, or even wealth anymore. It's about access to control. Because in the future, freedom might not mean independence or equality. It might simply mean the ability to command your own body. And if that's true, then the next great divide in human history, one to be written in books, or politics it, LLB written in our blood. If you find these ideas as fascinating and unsettling as we do, subscribe to Next Humanity. We're exploring the questions that will define our future. Thanks for watching.